Alright gang, I'm going to show you this set of, they're all Matchbox cars I think, except for the motorcycle. That might be a Hot Wheel car or a motorcycle. There's a story behind this. Now, back in the 70s, I had an older sister and at that time one younger brother. I was in kindergarten. My sister was in elementary school and my youngest brother was too young to go to school. So he would be dropped off at my neighbor's that was like 3 or 4 houses up from our house. And then my sister and I would go to school, being that I was in kindergarten. I keep, it's not like I'm abbreviating it. I only went a half a day. So then I would come home a half a day, and back then, you know, we'd all get dropped off at the end of the street, and you'd have all these little elementary, kindergarten school kids walking to their homes. I'd walk past our house and go to the babysitter. They had 2 older sons, and we would play with their diecast cars. Now, I don't remember this case, and I'll show you a picture of the front of the case. It's a black case. It says diecast cars 48 count. I think it said 48 count. Yes, 48 count. I don't remember the case at all. I just remember the cars we got to play with. They were in a cardboard box or shoe box or something, and I'm sure some of these are some of those cars. Now there's an exception. This little Volkswagen in the front, my favorite aunt in Alabama, she bought this for me. We went to the store, which was, you know, it was a mill town, so it was like a dry goods store with a post office inside of it, and they had the for those of you who remember, the carousel that sat on top of the counter. And I was looking at cars, so my aunt told me I could get one. And for those of you who remember, you rotated that carousel around. Once you saw the car you wanted, you selected it, and the guy behind the counter, he would open the door, pull your car out, and I think in the top of that carousel is where they had the collapsed boxes. And then he'd pull the box out, fold it up, stick the car in it. And of course, I'd rip the end of the box off to get the car out, and the box probably never left my aunt's car. She probably ended up throwing it away later. Now that box is probably worth a fortune, and the car is, you know, well, it's probably worth a lot less. But regardless, that is a treasured, cherished Matchbox car from my childhood. But let's get back to these cars. Alright, so we're going to fast forward to several months ago. These were given to me first of the year, first of 2016. And they've just been sitting in my living room because, you know, it was just a sweet gesture. The lady used to babysit us. Her husband passed about a year or so ago, and one of the 2 sons had passed as well. And so the other son took what he wanted, and the rest of the stuff they were going to put in a yard sale because she's moving to a retirement community. So I take my mom over there so she could catch up with her, and I'm looking around at some of the stuff, and I saw a lot of the old toys that I could recall playing with, like some of the Tonka trucks and stuff like that, and they were, you know, I already had them. I got mine from my childhood. I didn't need any more of those. So I'm talking to my old babysitter, you know, showing her pictures of my son, and she said she had something to give me, and she handed me this case of cars. You know, I tried to give her some money for them, and she said no, she wanted me to have them because she said she recalled how much I enjoyed these cars. Now, most of them are scraped up, scratched up. Like this horse trailer's missing the back door, or pony trailer. One of the pony trailers has got ponies in it. I think it might be this one. I put the rubber band around the sight house truck. I remember getting those a lot, and the first thing you lose is the roof, then the house, and then the truck kind of sucked because it didn't have a load on it. But regardless of the condition, most of them are in pretty fair condition. It just blew me away that she gave them to me. You know, it was a sweet gesture. Now the Mustang, This is a Mustang that has the switch on the side where you can change the direction of the front wheels. It's been repainted at one time. I remember repainting my cars as well with fingernail polish. I was too young to have paint, and so we stole my mom's fingernail polish. So we had some really psychedelic colored cars when we repainted them. But let's take a closer look at some of these cars. All right, I'm gonna be a little shaky. I'll try to tighten up here, but you know, when you have bad hands, and it's not that easy. But the Unimog. I remember getting Unimogs when I was a little kid, and with the rubber wheels on them, and the first thing that would happen was the rubber wheels would disappear, then you had a truck with no wheels. Kind of sucked. But this one, spare tires in there and everything. That's the Studebaker, I believe, station wagon. I think it's supposed to have something on the roof. It's missing. I've got two of these now. I don't know where the other one is that I had, but the little milk truck. It's a European, I think they call them Bedfords maybe. I could be calling that wrong, but it's pretty cool looking little truck. Yeah, Racing Beetle. The little Volkswagen camper, and the doors are intact. Let me flip it around. Alright, there's the doors. Notice that they're on the roadside because it's a right-hand drive Volkswagen. Empty spot. Fire Chief Galaxy. Love those old Fords. It's pretty good shape. I got a couple of these I picked up here and there that are beat all up. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but they're Fords. That's why I grab them. Rescue helicopter in awesome shape. Lincoln, awesome shape. Ford pickup missing the camper top. I have another one of these somewhere. I think it's a super fast version. It's got a chrome grille and better paint. This was a treat. Honda motorcycle trailer with motorcycle. Usually you don't see the motorcycles, and when they vary in price online. I mean, I've looked, and sometimes it's crazy, sometimes it's reasonable. Greyhound bus. Land Rover. I think it's supposed to have a boat or something on the roof. It's missing. Dodge Crane with the hook still attached. There's a European dump truck. There's a Ford spreader. Ice cream truck. Garbage truck. And it tilts and the back door opens. It's pretty cool. Now this GMC Cube truck here, it tips and the cab tips forward. I really like that. Got a pony van, no ponies. Another empty spot. A refrigerated GMC. One of the doors are missing. Or it might be on this one. One of them's complete and one of them's missing a door. But I got two of them. Unfortunately, one of them's missing the decals. But it's cool. GMCs from the 60s, early 70s. I remember these as a kid on the highway. Mercedes shuttle bus. Impala taxi. A farm wagon trailer, whatever you want to call it, and it's got all its rubber wheels on it. I think that might be a Maserati, maybe. Well, maybe that one of them's a Maserati, one of them's a Ferrari. Boat with trailer, really good shape. Another trailer in good shape. Another Rover. The Mustang that was repainted. Combine in really good shape. I remember getting these a lot because, you know, I lived in the country and combines were everywhere, and we probably bought 1,000,000 of these when we were kids with our allowance. And like the Unimog, anything that had these little rubber wheels that would pop off was always missing rubber wheels. The Jeep pickup. I used to have a Jeep Gladiator. Traded a 4-door LTD for it in the 80s. It was a 2-door full-size Jeep Cherokee. Back when Jeep made awesome trucks and Wagoneers. 2-door Wagoneer, basically what it was. It had, let's see, I forgot what the engine was called. It wasn't was it a Tornado? It's a V8. I can't recall. Jeep people can tell me. But it had Kaiser Jeep on the serial plate. Sight house truck, always love those. This one's complete. I remember when we would buy these, the first thing that would happen, the roof would become missing, then the house, and then you just had a flatbed truck that really wasn't any fun anymore. There's a pony trailer stuck behind it. That Hot Wheels motorcycle, I forget what it's called. 2 more pony trailers. One in the front, you see, you got a hole in the window, missing. No, actually, tailgate is there. It's just open. I thought it was missing, but it's open. And then a Dodge tow truck. I think it's supposed to be a BP tow truck. I might be wrong. BP, I think maybe it was green. And that truck right there, I could not believe is in there. I'll pull that out in just a second. I'm a Ford man, and I remember getting these trucks all the time. And of course, not part of the set, my treasured Volkswagen Fastback from my aunt in Alabama. Now, this Ford truck, it still has its line and the top. The top, I guess from age, is warped a little bit, but it's in great shape. I loved this truck when I was a kid. It was just a cool looking truck. You roll it, of course, for those of you who don't know, you'd roll it and the line would spin around in circles. Alright, and for the record, the box that the Ford Safari truck is in is not tore up, it was just opened. Alright, there's a shot of the front of the case. Like I said, I think this is from the late 60s, this case. It's pretty cool looking. Camaro, looks like it might be a Studebaker truck, Volkswagen, Formula race car, never cared for Formula race cars, and a Chevy pickup. Artwork is really good on it. The case is not beat all up, it's pretty good shape. There's nothing on the back of it, I don't think. Hold on a second. I take that back, I forgot that this was on the back. These are my cars, and you were able to write down the cars you had. And you know, it has some writing on there, you know, it says car, cattle truck, bulldozer, pipe truck. Of course, you know, most of those aren't in here. Taxi's in there, Unimog's in there, but that's the back. I completely forgot that was on there. I can't believe that. And to show you how much of an idiot I am, the date on this box is 1966. It's on the back as well. Wow, I really suck. But anyway, like I said, that was a gift from my old babysitter, and I just think it's the coolest thing that she remembered that I love playing with these cars, and she saved them for me. Of course, they'll go nowhere. I showed the brother that was existing at that time these cars, and it blew his mind. He remembered playing with them too. I offered him a couple of them, but he said no, because if he got them, then he's the one that's got the grandkids. And if he got them, even if he would have put a few of them up on in a shelf or something, they'd eventually end up in the grandkids' car collection, and they'll be gone forever. So, but yeah, it was pretty fun getting these. Guys, I appreciate it. Thanks for viewing. Have a great one.